Hello, my friends. Are you ready for some cooking and connection?
And some wine.
And some wine. Tonight we're going to make Saturday bowtie pasta. Hello, handsome.
Hello, gorgeous.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. We're really excited to spend our Saturday with you. It's starting to feel really great to spend some time with you. And so we thought we'd give you a little bit of the recipe. This one's a really quick vegetarian kind of recipe, but we have ways to make it for, I've been starting to venture into the vegetarian vegan area, and
But we got meat.
but we've got meat
For me.
for some of those of us. So I
We
thought
aren't venturing.
and we are. He adventures a little bit. We've tried some really fun things lately, and so we'll share that with you. And then while some things are simmering or sauteing, we will give you some tips on connection. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Are you ready? So I'll give you an idea of the recipe, and after we are all done, I'll make sure that I put it in the comments for you. And then if you have questions, then you can let us know. So again, I called it the Saturday night bow ties. So it's a bow tie pasta. You can get a box of bow tie pasta. I made the whole box, and I think a half a box would be just fine.
That's a lot of pasta.
That's a lot of pasta. And I use gluten-free. And we use 2.5 cups of chopped mushrooms. So I chopped up a whole bunch of mushrooms, did 2.5 cups of it. And then there's two kinds of things. You can use 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, or if you're the fresh herb gal, guy, I have my own, but I didn't have some of the herbs that were in this that I wanted to try. And so you can either do a fourth of a cup of chopped thyme and oregano, or I'm using 2 tablespoons of an Italian blend. And then there's a tablespoon of lemon juice, and 3 cups of spinach, and a fourth a cup of grated Parmesan, and 4 ounces of goat cheese, and it can be crumbled. They have goat cheese that's not crumbled, but the crumbled kind makes it nice and easy, and then it evens out things. And I can see someone's on and watching, so hello, it looks like a Linda. I can't see that far, so please forgive me. Joe's gonna tell me who's on. And so I'm just going to start that. We already have the pasta cooked, and we're going to go ahead and it's right down in the right
Linda.
Oh, Linda.
It was Linda.
It
Cheers
was
to Linda.
Cheers to Linda.
Cheers to Linda.
So in the saute pan, we're going to heat some olive oil, which we already have going. It's 2 tablespoons of that. Put the mushrooms, and then we're going to add the Italian seasoning, and we're going to saute that for 5 minutes.
You want the hot pan?
Huh? Yes. We're going to saute this for 5 minutes.
Okay.
So maybe stir it around a little bit. And while he's kind of stirring that around, we'll start working a little bit on the tips, and then I'll go ahead, and it looks like Tiffany's on too. Hi, Tiffany. This is a friend of mine that I went to school with.
Hi, Tiffany.
Or we taught together. I taught her foster son, so that was kind of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do we want those in there too?
No, these are just my little things. I chop them up into really small pieces, and you can go even smaller if you like less of less of a mushroom. So while we're sauteing now, we're going to give you some tips. So we already gave you 3 tips. We have a whole lot more of connection. One of ours is high-low buffalo. Actually, we learned this from our kids. They did a high-low, and then the buffalo we learned from someone else. So we learn just as well as you do. So high-low goes like this. We should probably start with low first and then go high.
Sure.
I like low-high first. Low point.
We went to this store to get a leather patch kit, a Hobby Lobby, and there was like millions of people there. Then we asked somebody, like, why is there so many people here? And they didn't know either. And then we finally asked the cashier, and she said, well, it's Saturday.
It's Saturday, so obviously we don't. But I also think that it's Christmas season coming up, and a lot of people doing crafting. But there were these really long lines, and one guy had this little dowel, and that was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah,
one little tiny dowel.
20 minutes.
20 minutes for a dowel. So that was probably my low as well. And then my high was, oh, I have seminary today, and that's really cool. Some of my classmates built this really awesome worship service, so that was kind of, it was very uplifting and inspirational. What was your high?
Eating donuts with the grandkids at the Country Donut. They like that, and they
That's one of my
love that,
favorite
and it's a lot of fun to watch them eat a donut that's bigger in their face. So
Yeah, and I didn't get to do that today, but the buffalo is adding anything for the day that you just want to share. So last night we got to bring the grandkids over, and we created a holiday because we're going to be gone for some of Christmas, and they wanted to decorate with us. So I call it Thanksmas, because our outside door is all decorated in Thanksgiving, and then inside we have it dressed up like Christmas, and so we called it Thanksmas. And then in the solarium where we're going to have our dinner, it's also going to be Thanksgiving as well. And then
we have our Christmas tree up already for you purists. Yes, we have our Christmas tree up already.
But a time to celebrate, any time is a great time to celebrate and enjoy the moments. Making up moments is really fun as well. So I think that's kind of cool. And that's another thing about connection is it's not so much about being a purist, right? Because we have a blended family, so we've always had to be flexible and figure out ways to celebrate with our kids, and sometimes not on the holiday itself. And that flexibility has allowed us to create really fun traditions and memories, making up holidays and stuff. So that's called High-Low Buffalo. Sometimes it's great to do around the dinner table. That's what our kids do. And but that's a really cool traveling wherever you go. If you kind of want to spend some time with people and you're going, oh, let's play this game.
Yeah, and that's a good thing at the end of the day. Like, what was your high? What was your low?
Yeah,
what do you want to talk about? So.
Yeah, one of the things that we tease is we have some people in our family who are a little verbose. And so sometimes you might have to put a timer on some people. So that's our first tip about connection. And then,
we're good with the mushrooms.
So our mushrooms are ready. We're going to throw in some spinach. And again, it was 3 cups of spinach. And then we're only doing that for 2 minutes. So will you stir that for me?
I will.
So he's going to stir the spinach for a couple minutes. It's only 2 minutes until it's that bright green. And some people use kale, which is great. I'm not a huge fan of kale.
Yeah.
Baby, he doesn't like it very much at all. Except sometimes in those salads when you mix it with a bunch of different things. So using kale.
Yeah, you have to eat it because it's in the bite and you can't get rid of it.
Well, it's not the baby kale's not as bitter, and there are other ways of minimizing that bitterness. So I'm going to move these mushrooms out of the way because those are already in the pan. And then if you happen to be catching this on the replay, then let us know if you have questions or if you want to add any comments. And I'm going to give you another tip after we throw all this together, we have a couple more connection tips for you. For now, I think what I'll do is go ahead and throw half of this pasta in and some of the other ingredients so that we can show you. This is the best part, is this particular salad is really quick. So some people need just a quick thing to do, and some of this stuff you can prepare ahead of time, and that makes it really nice. Huh?
Being close on the spinach.
Close on the spinach. So close on the spinach. We're going to add the Parmesan cheese and these goat crumbles. And they ask to put a little bit of the pasta juice in there, but I accidentally drained the noodles already. But that's just helps soften it up, so we can put just a little bit of water in there. So I'm going to add these cheeses for you.
Cheese.
So again, it's Parmesan, which is freshly grated, and it's really amazing. And then the goat cheese crumbles. And then a little bit of water.
Okay. I'll get it.
Here's a little bowl. Just needs a little bit. All right. So it looks like we probably have, oh, hi. Nice to see you. It's Susie. Hi, Susie. And, sorry, it's hard to read across the way. Looks like Phil. So hi, you guys. Nice to see you. All right. So I'm going to put my 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. I'm going to move his wine.
What? Don't touch the wine.
And then 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I always like the fresh kind. And then we thought we would try, the recipe didn't ask for it, but we had these extra sun-dried tomatoes. They might need to be chopped just a little bit more. No?
No, throw them in there.
He wants the big ones, so
I
we're
like
going to throw
big
the big chunks in. All right. Now, we're going to pour that sauce in, and then his bowl, we'll put this big bunch of chicken. And one thing that we like to do, which some of you already do, is we make a bunch of chicken, and then we'll use the rest tomorrow night. We're making this Kung Pao chicken, which my friend Marilyn Sorensen gave us as well. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, he's ready. So I'm going to move out of the way.
This will be a mess.
Because it's a hot pan.
A hot mess.
And he's tricky. Ooh, that smells yummy.
There you
know
go.
what we forgot?
What we forgot?
So what's our main seasoning?
Garlic?
Well, I like that too. We did not try garlic, but we didn't put any salt and pepper in, and that's always very important. I'm this kind of cook. Sprinkle a little bit in. And I always say salt and pepper to taste, because some people like more pepper, some people like more salt. When we go to a restaurant, Joe always said, when they say fresh ground pepper, and they ask him when to stop. And
I only say when out of compassion for the guy grinding.
Yeah, because he could go all day. And then we mix that up. That looks really pretty. Will you grab a couple of bowls? I didn't add some bowls. But I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. But it's very colorful. It's got some green.
You need a scooper?
I got a scooper. And with the sun-dried tomatoes, it looks Christmassy. Hey, we got a seasoned bowtie pasta.
Here, let me put some
It
meat.
smells really good. So I'm gonna go vegetarian. Joe's gonna do the meat. If you wanted to make it vegan, of course you would find the cheese that's, what did you do? Just eat a chunk of chicken? He does these little sidebar things, and he starts laughing, and I always know he's up to mischief. Would you like some pasta in there? And while I'm serving this up, I thought I would share another connection tip with you. And Joe doesn't know about this one. I love doing improv with my friend Megan Bryant, and I'm mixing it.
Oh, I see.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good. I'm just asking.
So my friend Megan does this activity that's called Name 3 Things. And so it goes like this, 3 things. And so you give a category, and I thought that would be kind of fun to be connection because it's kind of fun. But I'm kind of tapering it to the topic of name 3 things that you like about your partner. But it easily can connect with your kids, or if you were doing a co-worker kind of activity, trying to get everybody in, name 3 things that you like about your work or something like that. So 3 things. I'm going to, the category that he doesn't know about is name 3 things you like about me.
I like your smile, I like your adventurous, and I like that you fix whatever I cook to make it taste good.
He thinks all of his cooking tastes like mashed potatoes.
It does.
And I love your joy, and as you can tell, his laughter that's what made me fall in love with him, and it still does every day. I love his laughter. I love that he goes on these crazy adventures with me, and I'll say, we're going to do this thing, and he's like, okay, just tell me when and where, and that's really cool. And I love that he loves our kids and does whatever with them and our grandkids. He's a great family guy, so I love that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So it could be 3 things, you can do 5 things, you could change the categories up, you could be in the car, a lot of us are going to be driving
But don't do this.
Yeah, don't.
Well, I will.
Yeah, don't do that while you're driving. A lot of people will be driving for their vacations and things, and that's kind of a fun way to get to know each other or just play and laugh. And just be open to spontaneous categories coming out, because one of the things that she did during one of our play nights is you go around the circle and they can name whatever topic. So you go around the circle and I'll say, name 3 kinds of dogs. And then he has to name 3 kinds of dogs. And then he'll say, name 3 kinds of sports or whatever. And it ends
one
up
of the
being funny.
annoying things is Marie will come over and pat me on the head and say, name 10 cereals. And I name 1.
Yeah. But he'll say
10 checks.
10 checks, 10
10
kinds of
cornflakes.
checks of cornflakes. So anyway, you want to take a bite?
I would love to take a bite.
There's your spoon. I'm going to
my
grab
spoon?
this spoon.
That's a big spoon. I got a big mouth.
So again, look how beautiful that is. It's
That's
very
gorgeous.
pretty. We should have. Not too bad.
Oh, I like the sun-dried tomato.
That's a good touch. All right, my friends. I will post this recipe. Excuse me, I got a little bit stuck here.
Drink some wine.
What I like about this is it's very versatile, so you can add all your fun things. I bet you could do some, take out the sun-dried tomatoes and add some bell peppers,
Bell peppers.
artichoke
Sauteed
hearts.
onions.
Sauteed onions is one of our favorites. And I will post this for you. If you're watching it on the replay, please let us know. If you really like this video, please share it with people that you want to say, hey, here's some ways we can connect, or connect with. It doesn't have to be a partner, because sometimes we think that these connection things are only for partners, but our family wants to connect with us more, and our friends want to connect with us more, and these are fun, playful ways. I think that's one thing that we're missing. We have these busy lives, and we go to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and we forget to play and have fun, like name 10 cereals, or it catches people off guard and it makes them laugh and gets them out of whatever their head games might be. So,
Well, there you
anything
are.
else you want to add?
No, I think that works.
All right. So the next time we meet, may you find the gold in you, because you are so beautiful. May you find the gold in others, because, oh my gosh, we can have so much fun, and we can connect and ripple that out to the world. May you find the gold in every day, because we are so blessed to be here. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. God bless.